Good morning. It's Thursday, March 26, 2020. We have 2 days left before spring break. So I hope today the weather's going to be nice so that way we can get outside and have some more fun. We have chapter 9 and 10 today, and then tomorrow we'll finish the last 3 chapters of March Mischief. All right, chapter 9. Sniffing for the sweater. Bradley snapped on Pal's leash. He held the sweater sleeves under the dog's nose. "Find the sweater, Pal," Bradley said. The Basset Hound led the 4 kids down the stairs onto the porch. He sniffed the porch floor. "That's where we left the leprechaun," Brian said. Pal tugged on his leash, and the kids followed. They all cut through the school grounds to Main Street. Soon, they were headed down Bridge Lane. Oops. Turn the page here. "He must be taking us back to the O'Leary's house," Nate said. At the big blue house, Pal went straight to the red wagon. He sniffed all over. Just then, the front door opened. Ben and Ralphie came out. "What's going on?" Ben asked. "Pal is helping us find our leprechaun," Bradley said. "He led us here. He knows you put it in your wagon." Lucy said. "He's right," Ralphie said. "You can let Pal sniff Lucky's gym, or can you let Pal sniff Lucky's gym clothes?" Bradley asked. Ralphie giggled. "Sure, but they're pretty stinky," he said. "Come on in." Pal and the other 4 kids followed Ben and Ralphie inside. A bunch of redhead kids were playing hide and seek. The fairy princess leprechaun stood in the corner. Lucky's room is down the hall," Ben said, leading the way. The bedroom was messy, but the bed was made. Pal went right to a closet door. He sniffed and barked and scratched at the door. Ben opened the closet door. The floor was covered with gym clothes. "This is where we hid them," Ralphie said. "So somebody snuck in here and stole them?" Nate said. "I wonder who." "Do you keep your front door locked?" Bradley asked the 2 brothers. Ben and Ralphie shrugged. "Mom takes care of that," Ben answered. "I guess she locks it at night, but during the day, she leaves it unlocked." Pal left the closet and headed through the bedroom door. His leash trailed behind him. The 6 kids followed. Outside, Pal bolted for an old car sitting in the driveway. He put his front paws on the car door and started barking. "Maybe the leprechauns are in the car," Nate said. "That's Lucky's car, and we already looked," Ben said. He opened the car door. Pal jumped inside. He sniffed all the seats. He found a French fry and gobbled it up. Then he barked. "Maybe Pal thinks we're looking for Lucky," Lucy said. Bradley pulled Pal away from the car. He let him sniff the sweater sleeves again. "Find the sweater," he told his dog. "We already know where Lucky is." "Yeah, he's in jail," Ben said, "and it's our fault." Pal sat on the driveway. He looked at the kids. He looked at the car. Then he went to sleep. Chapter 10. Pal's nose knows. His little sniffer. Bradley checked his watch. "Let's go home to eat," he said. "Then we can decide what to do next." The kids woke up Pal. They all hiked back along Bridge Lane. When they got home, there was no car in the driveway. "Mom's still not home," Brian said. She left sandwiches, Bradley said. Inside, the kids lined up at the sink and washed their hands. Pal crawled under the table to wait for crumbs. Bradley pulled a plate of sandwiches from the fridge. Brian got out milk in glasses for everyone. We have tuna, peanut butter, and jelly, and egg salad, Bradley said. Tuna, Brian yelled. Egg salad, Lucy said. Bradley and Nate both had peanut butter and jelly. Bradley thought about Lucky and Officer Fallon. He still wondered who had told Officer Fallon that Lucky was the thief. We have to talk to Lucky, Bradley said. Why? His brother asked. He might know who told Officer Fallon to arrest him. Bradley answered, but Lucky's in jail, said Brian. So we can ask Officer Fallon to let us see him, Nate said. They let prisoners have visitors. How do you know? Lucy asked. Nate grinned. He had a milk mustache. I saw it on TV, he said. 10 minutes later, the kids walked up the steps of the police station. Pal put on his leash. The police station was warm and quiet. A radiator hissed. A clock ticked. It's creepy in here, Nate whispered. Just be glad you're not Lucky, Lucy said. He's in a jail cell. Yuck, Brian said. I heard they sleep on cement beds with spiders and rats. And all they feed you is bread and water, Nate said. You guys watch too much TV, Lucy said. Just then, the door opened. Ben and Ralphie walked in. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Ben asked. We came to see your brother, Bradley said. We did too, Ralphie said. We brought him some cookies. He held up a lumpy bag. Ben looked around. Where's his cell? He asked. I think he's downstairs, Brian said. There's Officer Fallon's office, Bradley said. Come on. A small sign hung from Officer Fallon's doorknob. It said, Gone to lunch. Uh-oh. It's almost 1 o'clock, Bradley said. He should be back soon. Let's wait. The 6 kids sat on a long bench under the clock. Ralphie held the lumpy bag in his lap. Bradley could smell the cookies. He wondered what kind they were. Pal was sniffing the floor. Suddenly, he raced to the closed door. He began whimpering. Bradley followed Pal. What's the matter, boy? He asked. Pal's tail was going crazy. He let out a low growl. He put his front paws on the door. Bradley opened the door. The room was dark. He found a wall switch and a light came on. Bradley saw mops and pails and other cleaning supplies. Against the back wall and stood a huge old desk. It was partly covered with a sheet. A dusty computer sat on the desk. Spiderwebs made it look creepy. In a corner stood a tall trash barrel. Then Bradley saw something else. Guys, he whispered, guess what Pal found? The 5 other kids hurried over to Bradley and Pal. What did he find? Look, Bradley said. He pointed inside the room. On the table stood 3 leprechauns. One had floppy ears and a doggy nose and wore part of an old sweater. Pal leapt into the room and licked his sweater. What did they just find? All thanks to Pal. Chapter 11. Why is Lucky laughing? We'll read chapter 11, 12, and 13 tomorrow for our final day before spring break. Today, I want you guys to think about, I know we didn't have our Toodle Tuesday on Tuesday. I want you to think about some toodles that you can give to your family or your friends when we come back. Remember, think about saying thank you for something that somebody has done. And don't forget to write because. And if you're a senior, you need to tell 3 reasons why. Thank you for, because, and then give 3 reasons why. Okay, guys, you could write it, or if you're at home, you could just tell your family too, and draw a picture. But if you write it, that would be even better because then they can keep it forever. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.